Dear Fortuna, thank you so much for helping my friend Louise. I hope she didn't bother you. I would have never imagined she'd do something as bold as contacting you directly. I'd love to know how it went between you two. Can I come over? Your friend, Jasmine. Hello, Fortuna. How are you doing? Fine, I guess. Happy to see you. It feels so good to be able to meet again like this. I only wish I could get to see your garden again. It must be beautiful after all this time. I'm pretty proud of it. In due time, I'll be happy to show you everything. Until then, I brought you this. Oh, it's a blue iris. This is beautiful. Thank you. This flower is a bringer of hope, a charm for faith, wisdom, and understanding. I thought it'd improve the energy of the room and help you with your fortune telling. I love it. Thank you so much. So, Louise came to visit you. That's right. I'm so sorry. I should have consulted with you before telling anyone. I just wanted to share the joy of having my friend back. I didn't expect her to come and see you out of the blue. It's all right. Don't worry about it. She seems like a nice girl. She's a very gentle soul. I hope you were able to help her. She's in a pretty delicate situation, to be honest. Oh, is she in trouble? What's going on with Louise? I shouldn't disclose any consultation. Oh, I'm so sorry. You should ask her yourself. If she's alright with sharing, I'll be happy to tell you more about it. You're absolutely right. I'll pay her a visit and see what's going on. She seems a bit stressed lately. She could use the help, yes. In fact, I'm gonna head to her place now. Do you need anything? It's alright. Go. Bye-bye. Actually, wait a minute. What is it? I need some herbs to help a witch friend. Greth. Oh, you've met Greth the architect, Dahlia's friend. She's never got time for me. Now I'm jealous. It was a business visit. She seems like a very busy witch. What does the fabulous Greth need from me that she doesn't even have time to ask me for in person? Oh my, you're actually jealous. She's not the one asking anyway. I'm asking you as my friend to help me help her. Oh, okay. Anything for you. What are these herbs for? Something to ease her mind. Is she stressed or she's really anxious about a personal problem? I'm looking for a way to heal her, but whatever ritual we attempt, it would help to have her relaxed. I see. Well, it's a pretty common ailment, a distressed mind. I have something on me that might help. Oh? Bacopa moneri mixed with chamomile. Infuse it with a bit of lemon or honey and have Greth drink it while she thinks about a toy she loved back when she was a mortal kid. I've never seen it fail. Thank you so much, Jasmine. This is exactly what I needed. You're welcome. And maybe Greth will deign me in person next time. Deign to thank me in person next time. Do you have some herbs against jealousy? It's for a friend of mine. Shut up. Okay, I must go now. Thanks again. Goodbye. Dear Fortuna, Dahlia's given me a magic dagger to perform an exorcism. Have you found anything else? Is it alright if I come over to visit so we can try the ritual together? Hugs. Greth. Let's see. Hey, how are you feeling? Corrupted? The behemoth is beginning to taint my thoughts, and I don't like how powerful it feels. You still want to see this through? Or, of course I want to. I'm way too proud to let this extra-dimensional asshole take all the credit. I feel you. Okay, what did you find? Let's use everything in our arsenal. The ritual will mainly revolve around Dahlia's Damon Bone Dagger. It truly is a work of art. Here, look. Beautiful. How can Dahlia be so talented? She told me that you helped her create it? Ah, I just shared some insight with her. What about? She wanted to know about what kind of essence to use to enchant the dagger, to craft a blade that has the highest affinity with you. Oh, cool. So that's why she called this the philosopher's edge. I guess I am more of a philosopher than an architect in the end, huh? You build thought shrines to literally lock yourself up inside to think. That's true. It's so obvious when you look at it from the outside. Maybe I should stop calling myself an architect witch, huh? You literally build thought shrines to lock yourself up inside to think. Wait a minute. It just repeated, didn't it? I think it did. So, at least deja vu. So first of all, do you mind if I summon a Fatemancer's disc to check on our chances of success? Of course. But what's a Fatemancer's disc? Oh, of course. It was invented about 80 years ago by Junrisha, the mathematician witch, so you wouldn't know about it. It's a special sigil that reads fate strands. When you find yourself before a critical and identifiable turning point in your life, you can bind your soul to the disc so it reads the probability of whatever you want to happen. Wow, I like it. Sounds like a great companion to my deck. In short, we can read how effective whatever actions we perform in the ritual will be. Knowing the percentage may not change anything, though. It's just for peace of mind. On the contrary, it sounds really useful. As per the third principle of divination, just the act of observing your chances affects your chances. I didn't consider it that way. I hope it affects them for the best. Anyway, here's the disc. Oh, my chances aren't as good as I'd hoped. It's no small thing, exercising a behemoth, but we haven't taken everything into account yet. Let's turn fate in our favor. You're right, I must be strong. First of all, I asked my friend Jasmine to provide us with some herbs to help ease your mind. With these, you should be able to focus better on the ritual. It smells good. You need to drink the infusion while you think of a toy you loved when you were a mortal child. Sure loved my Legos. My favorite thing was my Jake plushie from Adventure Time. Hey, I don't know what that is, but it sure worked on your face already. I feel less tense, yes. Look, the Fatemancer's disc went up slightly. This is working. Good. Thank Jasmine for me. I think it'll be better if you thank her yourself. Sure, it'll be my pleasure. Okay then, can you run me through the specifics of the ritual? It's more straightforward than I thought it would be. Most of the heavy work has already been done by Dahlia crafting this magnificent dagger. I brought Dahlia up to speed about what your card said about how this behemoth loves pain. So you just need to stab them in one of these white eyes, for example. The dagger will gradually turn hot to keep the pain fresh. Make sure not to touch the blade. But won't I hurt you? I share sensations with the behemoth, yes, but if they enjoy it, I probably will too. I'm not worried about that. When they're lost in the pain, it'll be my opportunity to detach myself. You hold the dagger firmly with both hands if everything goes according to plan. They'll choose to stay with the blade instead of with me. I've never stabbed anyone in my life. It's not so much stabbing as precision cooking. You do cook, right? Yeah, I know my way around kitchen knives, but this... I can't do it myself, Fortuna. I believe in you. Why don't we call Dahlia and have her cut you? No, I want you to do it. I feel a special connection to you. Look, the percentage on the disc just went up for me explaining this to you. We're on the right path. Dahlia told me that the ritual will be more effective the stronger our bond is. I pretty much opened up about myself to you in a way I haven't for ages. So I believe a shortcut to make our bond more powerful would be if you told me something intimate about yourself. The less people know about it, the better. Okay. Tell me something secret about yourself. I have a sister. Her name is Patrice. Oh yeah? You don't strike me as someone with a sister. What's she like? Better than me in every way. She's bold, brave, smart. So far, it sounds like you're describing yourself. Maybe. But she's not only strong, she's a force of nature. She's a clear understanding of herself. She knows what she wants. She sounds like a great sister to have around. She's not really around anymore. All these things I'm telling you are things I wasn't able to say to her face. We parted ways on not the greatest of terms. I see. After what you experienced 200 years isolated. Do you think you would be able to speak honestly with her if you were to meet her again? I haven't really thought about it. The first emotion that comes to mind is shame. I feel ashamed for ending up like this. I feel like she would be disappointed in me. Hey, what are you saying? You were the victim in this scenario. Fuck, Dina, you're the best. Yeah, I usually think like that. But just picturing my sister makes me feel ashamed. I don't know. I don't really understand, but I support you. Thanks for opening up to me. Thank you for listening. Time to put me under the knife? I'm not ready yet. You'll never be more ready than now. And I'm ready to accept any consequences. Just let me meditate for a couple minutes just to gather my focus, okay? 2 whole minutes? That I have. Sure. Thank you. Moment of truth. Have you made a decision? Do you want to pay for the behemoth's name? Do I have that? A 5 of fire, 2 of air? Yes. Allow me to absorb your energy then. Oh, I did. Cool. Delicious. The fragrance of conflict. Hereby, I release my sibling's name. Oh boy. Gathrian. Thank you, Abramar. At your service. You still there? Yes, I'm ready. I learned your behemoth's name. Gathrian. Whoa. The Fatemancer's disc went wild. How did you do that? Perks of being a fortune teller. Okay. I guess I don't need to know. But I'm happy you did whatever you did. Thank you. Ready for some stabbing? Don't say it like that. I'm sorry. I was just trying to blow off some steam. Our ideas of what constitutes relaxing differ dramatically, Greth. It looks like you're relaxed, though. I guess that's the most important thing here. Okay, I'm going to insert the dagger now. Are you ready? Do it. So how do I look? We did it, Greth. Yeah, I know. You're the best, Fortuna. Thank you so much. I was so nervous my heart was about to explode. Where's the behemoth now? They escaped. While you were pushing the dagger inside me, we had a very intense discussion that felt like it lasted eons. Finally, they got scared of me? It's like you were fueling me with some energy larger than this universe. It felt so empowering. You're amazing, Fortuna. I'm so happy for you. What now? I'm going to make a round to share the good news. Especially with Dahlia, I owe her my life too. Yeah, she deserves more credit than anyone. I promise I'll come visit you again soon. I didn't only regain my freedom here, I also gained you. I'm happy I met you too. Okay, take care. See you soon. Goodbye. Yay. Oh my. Dear Fortuna, I'd like to visit you once again if that's okay. I'd like to tell you how it went with Adina. Louise. Thank you for having me. Hello, Louise. So, how did it go? I did it, Fortuna. I stood up to Adina and it felt amazing. It was really scary too, and I've been condemned to 50 years of forced labor. But now I don't have to exploit mortals anymore. Whoa, I'm sorry to hear you got punished that bad. But you were right. I am utterly happy and relieved. Plus, the forced labor involves collecting materials for other witches' projects. I'm more than happy to do that instead of causing any wars. That's good. I was expecting way worse from Adina. You should have more confidence in your cards. They were absolutely right. My life is way better now. I decided to keep loving that mortal. I don't mind if he thinks he's using me. I'm using him too in some sense. And no one said he should be my only lover. But it feels good to be aware of the terms of our relationship. He didn't have to say he loved me if he didn't want to. Anyway, you changed my life, Fortuna. I got rid of some stupid shackles I had to put on myself. I'm so happy to hear that. I was worried my deck would cause you trouble. I brought you a present. Oh, what is it? It's a pith cloth. I harvested the thread from a space station. Here. Oh, that's amazing. Pith cloth weaved by Louise with teleki harvested from astronauts, a present from Fortuna. I love it. Oh, it is beautiful. I humbly accept it. It's but a token of my gratitude. I hope one day I can truly repay you. There is no need. This is more than enough. Leaving courtesy aside, I'm serious. Let me know if you ever need my help. Thank you. I will. Take care, Fortuna. Likewise. What a busy life all of a sudden, huh? How are you feeling? It feels good. Life is worth living again. Glad to see your mood has improved. So, what are your plans now? My biggest concern is still Adina. Sooner or later, she's going to find out about my new deck. If I want to be free, I need to deal with her at some point. Well, the Cosmic Wheel is already in motion. Look how quickly you've reconnected with the Coven. Just stay alert and seize any opportunity the universe throws at us. How do you do it? Manipulate fate? You tell me. We're not so different. Not really. I mean, I get to read into possible futures, but escaping from Adina's sentence was an impossibility until I summoned you. Are you sure? It was by your will that I appeared. You were the one making the jigsaw fall into place. Are you suggesting that I'm the one that created you? What? Please, witch. I was just trying to encourage you. You owe me a lot and you're paying a high price for all this. Don't forget it. But you summoned me. That speaks volumes about the power of your will. Have more faith in yourself. Okay. No need to mock me. Look, a falcon has arrived. Oh, could it be from Thea? Oh God. Dear Fortuna, I have terrible news. Please invite me to your home ASAP. Yours faithfully, Thea Arbiter Badge 210, rank Waxing Crescent. All right, let's hear the bad news. I need to know what this terrible news is. Ah, Fortuna. What is it? What happened? It's about your leader. What about Adina? Oh, Adina is dead. Chapter 4, Succession. We are reunited here today to say goodbye to our good friend Patrice. She lived intensely and died on her own terms. We are returning her body to the earth just as she wished. Naked and covered in flowers, my body to the soil, my soul to my sister, to the stars. You lived in beauty and depart in beauty. Now, some words from her eldest son. I'm not good with speeches, so excuse my brevity. I will always be in awe of all the life my mother brought into this world. And I'm not only talking about her numerous children and grandchildren, talking about her words, her ideas, her wisdom. I don't know if any of us will ever achieve the clarity my mother had. With her gone, we've lost the brightest light in the universe. I wish any of our dads were decent enough to be half the person our mother was. I wish any of them were brave enough to have stayed by her side. Today, I didn't only lose my one true parent, but also my idol. Adios, mamá, te quiero. Thank you, Pedro. Now, Mr. Stanton, you wanted to say something too? That's right, thank you. I feel lucky that you are all letting me be a part of this moment. We wanted to share with you how much an inspiration her family was to her. She always spoke of you so dearly. She loved you more than anything. Patrice could strike you as a cynical person at first. She always had that I'm too smart to be wasting my time with you vibe. But she was ultimately driven by love. Love of life and of the human experience. I've been extremely fortunate to have been her editor for the past 20 years. And I know for a fact that she had been a mother not only to you, but to hundreds of thousands of readers across the globe. Her unique perspective on pleasure and joy has been an inspiration for many women from many cultures. She's leaving a bleeding wound inside many hearts, but also a legacy. The world is stronger and healthier thanks to her. And that feeling, that energy will never die. Thank you, Patrice. Thank you, Mr. Stanton. Now, to proceed with the last rites. I want to speak too. Oh, of course. Go ahead. Grandma. You aren't really gone, are you? That body covered in flowers, you just had to leave that old husk behind, right? We had so many plans, so many ideas. I can't accept that you'd let a stupid cancer take away what we were building together, right? Yeah? You haven't betrayed me, have you? Fortuna. It's okay, Pedro. Let her express herself. I can't do this by myself. Did you run off to the stars to look for your sister? You promised you'd take me with you to see the cosmos. If you don't come back here right now, I will never forgive you. Maria, I'm sure your grandmother will keep guiding you from wherever she is. One never truly leaves this world. Patrice's body may turn to dust. Patrice's voice may have gone silent. But her essence is an everlasting gift we will never lose. Patrice, she's broken free from that name. Now we will call her Autumn. We will call her Tears and Fragrance, a mid-afternoon dream. Enough with the cheesy poetry already. You will never understand my grandmother or what we were doing together. Maria, I am sorry for your loss. Now, if no one has any more words to share, we will return her to the earth. May your soul bless the stars, Patrice. So, my prediction finally came true, eh? You managed to live 59 years, 11 months, and 21 days. For a second, I believed you'd be able to break free from your fate. You remained a tough bitch even in death. It's too hard to do this without your witty comebacks. I'm sorry I didn't come and visit you after I ascended. But time among the stars sure flies. And I wasn't sure how you'd deal with the fact your sister became a witch. I'm so sorry. That night on the beach, I started walking into the sea and never looked back. But somehow you knew, eh? You knew I wasn't dead. You were the only thing I missed from my time as a mortal. It's been tough up here without you. What about one last reading, for old time's sake? What should I ask about? I wonder how our relationship would have been if I had stayed. Do you mind if I indulge, Patrice? The Hermit. The Hermit's lantern is the lamp of truth used to guide the unknowing. He holds the Patriarch's staff to help him navigate narrow paths as he seeks enlightenment. His cloak is a form of discretion. I'd have married one of your husband's brothers, and we'd have had a big, happy family all together. We would have run a popular magazine together, with Ava as editor-in-chief. We'd have traveled the world interviewing many celebrities. We'd have given a voice to many women. We'd also have made a lot of people angry with our revolutionary ideas. Patrice, I missed you so much. I'm going to miss you so much. What the hell am I doing? Reading into the hypothetical. How can I be this cowardly? I owe you more than this. The first and only time I read into someone's death was for you. As a last present, I'll get real. I'll read beyond your death. I'm scared of that presence I found when you dared me to read into your demise. I was lurking there, watching us from the unknown. I'll look into its eyes now to see for myself where we're sending you off to. The Emperor sits atop a stark, barren mountain, a sign of an unyielding power. The ultimate male ego, confidence, power. You'll be the founder of the first ever Cosmic Gazette and become a cosmic investigative reporter. You will become a cosmic cartographer. You'll explore this ever-expanding, uncharted universe and create maps and devices to help witches navigate it. What? I think I lost my talent. This doesn't make any sense. What in the cosmos am I doing? I'm sorry, Patrice. I'm just spewing nonsense. Don't leave me. Oh my god. 6 feet under my ass. Patrice. Fortuna? What is this? Is this the other side? Why are you in cosplay? Patrice, I love you. I love you too, silly. Are we ghosts? No, Patrice, this is the real world. I'm a witch, and I believe you are one now too. Fuck me. Can we make some more cards? Does this kettle mean with this chair here I'm going to be doing drive-through orders? Let me see if I can create a card. We have a lot of this energy here. I think that's... I don't remember which one that is. It's between the Forgotten Factory and the 100-column worship. I think I might do the Forgotten Factory. Oh, wrong one. There we go. And then This one, let's see. Forgotten Factory would be good with. Hmm. I might pick the Deerfolk Paladin. Yeah. And then our symbol. Oh my god. Yeah. I. Hmm. No, I can't do Luis's. Damn. Uh. Hmm. I guess. Oh, I can't do the Arbiter's book. Never mind. Do the Minister of Secrets. This is going to be a very interesting concept, I think. Feels weird. Hmm. I oh, back here. I'll hold his big staff. Why is his head so small? Are you supposed to be inside the bottle or the bowl? I'm not entirely sure. Nope, not that way. Like this, and then like this, and then like this, but you're gonna go behind. Oh, that looks. Oh, nope, nope, behind. There we go. Um, I'll make another one, I guess. Oh, I can flip. I forgot. And then bring that forward. And we're gonna put one up here and not in a bowl, just because. Wish I could shatter it. Oh, let me give you your antlers. I forgot about that. Yeah, we'll put one on each. There. Perfecto. All right. Buried memories. The iron golems support the cards and Teleki. Symbol for tirelessness. Indefatigable support. Outstanding at keeping the peace. The minister of secrets veils the inner truths of the heart. Meanings. Determination, rightfulness, introspection, support, success, communication, peace. Cool. Okay. Let's go take care of whatever this thing is in the window. Cool. Fortuna, it is imperative that we speak before I vanish. Adina. Hello, Fortuna. Is something the matter? Heard you were dead. That is correct. You have never met the corpse of a witch. I keep forgetting how young some of you are. I always thought of death as just that, the end. It can be, if you are killed or erased. But a witch also dies when they lose the will to live. Now I am but an aimless corpse waiting to be consumed by your sisters or to be scattered through the cosmos. Why are you visiting me then? Think of me as a ghost, dealing with loose ends. In that case, my exile, is it over? I am afraid it is not. Reviewing sentences now falls upon the leader of the coven. And who might that be? It is yet to be decided. I sense something different about you. What have you done? You have grown. You feel like an adult witch now. It is a shame I did not get to meet you in this form. I don't know what you're talking about. What loose end have you come to tie up here anyway? You. I want to ask you what you have learned during the brief isolation. Brief? Exile is not a constructive solution. The Coven should actively work to make witches understand their mistakes and ensure a healthy coexistence. That path leads to weakness. It is just the opposite. Every witch should work on herself to make the Coven stronger and not burden it with her shortcomings. Whatever. What was I supposed to learn? Allow me to explain. You have been wrong all along in calling your talent divination. What is tarot, then, if not divination? I should tell you about the nature of this universe, the secret of reality. Consciousness is a responsibility. Everything that is sentient modifies the nature of the realm we inhabit. All that has happened, every phenomenon, is only real because it has been perceived. The parts of the universe that have not been measured are yet to be defined. Your arts do not predict events, they define them. Unknowingly, you are shaping what didn't happen in the past, as well as what is yet to happen. You are not a reader. You are a writer. That is why I exiled you. When you predicted the falling of this coven, you were in actuality dooming us all. I have worked hard to prevent that omen, and I am still not sure if I have succeeded. Only time will tell. Why are you telling me this now? Because I am dead. And I deemed it better that you become aware of the magnitude of your ability, since I will not be here to protect the coven from you any longer. Why didn't you tell me to begin with? Because I was afraid you would write me off this plane. Oh, I'm well aware you despise me. Keeping you away from your deck was the only way I could think of to ensure some stability for the coven. Come on, I am not the villain you think I am. Likewise. Fair enough. Remember, you can manipulate anything that does not exist. The future is the most obvious implication, but I'm also talking about the past. You can alter anything that did not happen. So Dahlia's passed then. Damn. The coven is about to go through some turbulent times. I do not think you are mature enough to handle your talent. But it is not in my hands anymore. Do as you please with this knowledge. I understand. Thank you for telling me all this. I have a parting gift. Knowledge. I know many witches will come to you for guidance in the near future. We cannot fix the immaturity of your character, but I can at least offer you knowledge. Take one of my eyes. It will allow you to see the unseen. It will open the gates to the wisdom of the gods. I pray you use it wisely. You will play a critical role in the fate of the coven. I am thankful. I will make the most of it. I do not really care anymore. I will not get to witness any of it. Why are you giving it to me then? It was etched into the cosmic wheel. I can only obey. I see. I also want you to have this. Ooh, the coppersmith. Dear substance of kin, forsake the mortal hex, abandon flesh, abandon sinew. Thou art now my magic, thou art no more sin. This is a super arcana. Any card created with this image will allow you to access more readings than with a regular card. How did you, even if you believe me a farce, the gods truly speak to me? They told me about the new deck you are crafting. It's custom deck. It suits your arts better than the limited tarot. So my decision to have you exiled has paid off in the end. So what? Do you expect me to thank you? I expect nothing. I am dead. This will be the last time we speak. Do you wish to say anything else to me before my departure? Thank you for everything. You are welcome. Anything else? No, you made many of us miserable. I made you stronger. I will leave now. Wait. Any last advice? No. Goodbye. What bleak options? Are you all right? Still processing. Why? This is too much responsibility. I shouldn't toy with people's fates or even worse, their pasts. Concede that you messing with the past is somewhat unsettling. But the future? Pfft. Aren't we all messing with each other's lives all the time anyway? You just happen to have the upper hand. I don't know. More than that, as the sole possessor of this talent, you have the responsibility to use it. You have the power to change this universe for the better. Own it. Maybe you have a point there. Some individuals lead covens, some others run societies. Some beings can eat whole galaxies. I mean, I have the power to grant wishes. Own your talents, Fortuna. You're right. With these cards, it's not like I have total control over the readings. There's chance involved in the shuffling. What if a card only offers me tragic outcomes? You'll have to face some tough decisions, sure, but that's just like the rest of us. Sometimes there are no good outcomes. You have a talent for putting a spin on dire situations, don't you? I found myself stuck between a rock and a hard place too many times. I have a knack for looking on the bright side for my own sake. That's really human of you. Or that's really behemoth of humans. I was here first. As I said, true reality spinner. Adina told you, reality is modified by consciousness. I may be a master of that. In any case, I may need some time before I feel ready to read the cards again. Nonsense. I need you back in the game as soon as possible. Do you want me to look into what was bothering you then? Well... Ooh. Is it about Gloria the First Witch? How did you... It's Adina's eye. Or better said, it's the water contract we sealed together. It already activated. It's offering me knowledge. Oh. I can't fully access it. It feels like a waterfall of ideas behind my mind. Sometimes something jumps out the water. So, you wanted to ask about Gloria. That's right. Gloria is my first love. I spent many universes without loving a single being. Suddenly, she came into existence, or better put, she ascended. Gloria is the first woman who left the mortal plane behind and became a witch. She is the inventor of magic, which is basically exploiting a universe's rules. I've never met a single entity as full of love and ideas as Gloria, and I had the privilege of being loved by her. I wanted to ask you what had become of her. Before, I was afraid of what I'd find, but now I'm afraid of what you'd write. I promise I will look for the best possible reading or writing. All right. I granted you this deck. We might as well go all the way in. I got you, partner. Also, while you're at it, what do you say we try and reshape the Coven's stance on behemoths? It's not a bad idea. But what if what we find in the cards isn't good? I don't think there's anything worse than being forbidden and haunted. You're right. Okay, let's put this deck to use. Let's see. We want to look into how the Coven deals with behemoths. Right. And let's see what has become of Gloria the First Witch. Please let it be something good. I'll do my best. The rest is in the hands of the deck. The Wounded Worship. I think I'm going to sign this to the Covens because I don't want Gloria to be part of that. You, Abramar, will get to rule this coven. A witch from our coven will develop a magical trinket to enslave behemoths. Behemoths and witches will get to coexist in harmony. Behemoths are too dangerous and they will always be forbidden. Oh, this is what I get to choose. I never knew that. I thought I was just reading through. I see now. That makes much more sense. I thought I was just reading through. That is delicious. Can't believe it's going to be as easy as that. You are the most terrifying witch I've ever met. A single sentence to solve all our problems. Still have trouble picturing this actually happening. Feels weird being aware of whatever comes out of my mouth will come true. Although it's always been like that, I guess. What were the other options? I'd rather not say. Feels like I'd corrupt the reading if I reveal them. Understood. Thank you, Fortuna. This means a lot to me. Not once in the history of this universe has anyone ever done so much for a behemoth. This wasn't just for you. Peaceful coexistence will be good for everyone. Of course. I am thankful anyway. You are welcome. Okay, now Gloria. Oh. Ooh. We might luck out. Gloria will never love you again, but you will get to meet her one more time. She has a parting gift for you. You'll be reunited with Gloria and will get to rekindle the passion of your relationship. Gloria will never love you again, but... Oh, there's only two. Oh, no. I'm going to try this, see how it goes. Gloria will never love you again. But you will get to meet her one more time. She has a parting gift for you. Is that so? It makes sense, though. For being as magnificent as her to leave me behind, not even your talent is powerful enough to get her to love me again, huh? I'll celebrate that I'll get to see her one last time in any case. I can't wait to discover what the parting gift is going to be. So strange to see you this vulnerable. This Gloria must be a force of nature. Gloria is what makes existing in this universe worthwhile. You wouldn't understand. What her ascension has meant to the whole of reality? You are all here because of her. Maybe you'll grasp a fraction of her. Might if you get to speak with her. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for the reading. Your deck feels way more dangerous now. I doubt I'll ever subject myself to your divination again. In all the universes I've existed in, nothing has ever made me feel so fragile. You must use these powers wisely, I beg of you. Whoa, never expected to get a behemoth to beg. This is serious indeed. It's not a laughing matter, Fortuna. Hey, don't look at me. You're the one who's always teasing when it comes to life or death issues. Got a taste of my own medicine, huh? Now I see it's not funny. Please accept my apologies. Come on, don't be so uptight. I've got your back. Sure. Look, you've got mail. Right, let's see. Ooh, is this Dahlia, right? Where are you going? Fortuna, did you hear? The old bitch kicked the bucket. Let's celebrate. Come on, Dahlia. Of course. The old bitch kicked the bucket. Love it. Adina is dead. Fuck Adina. Let's go out and celebrate. No, I can't. Why not? The hag is out. Fuck rules. My freedom is in the hands of whoever becomes the next leader. Then I'll become leader. My first order of business will be to ban fucking exile. I wish. No, I mean it. I'm running for office, Fortuna. Oh, wow. Really? I can't picture you running the coven, to be honest. I thought you despised that kind of responsibility. Well, I'd be planning on leaving the coven and starting my own clan of warrior witches. Now here's an opportunity to change the direction of our community without having to abandon you all. It won't be a coven of warriors, but I sincerely believe I can make life better for all our sisters. We've endured too many centuries of abusive leadership. I'm determined to revitalize our clan. Follow me, and I shall deliver freedom and happiness. You're even more energetic than usual. I'm raring to go. Fortuna, join me. Let's rule the coven together. Why don't you tell me about your plans first? Of course, of course. Sorry, I got caught up in the moments. Don't you think I'm a dumb witch? I have a solid plan. Done some research, and the 5 pillars of our coven's law are judgment, law enforcement, forbidden arts, mortal affairs, and witch duties. Judgment is how we decide who fucked up and what to do with the coven. Law enforcement is how we punish those who fucked up. Forbidden arts is how we deal with dangerous stuff. Mortal affairs is how we deal with people, animals, and everything non-magical. Witch duties is basically what every sister has to do for the coven. Now, Adina was basically all, fuck you, I rule, fuck you, I exile, you fuck dangerous stuff, fuck mortals, and well, fuck you. I want to change things radically. Try a new system, more open and inclusive. Judgment will be something held between all members of the coven. All important issues will be solved after hearing everyone's input and celebrating a referendum. It's feasible since our coven is less than 100 members right now. There won't be a law enforcement. All issues will be solved amicably between the affected parties. Isn't that a bit naive? What if they can't reach an agreement? We'll submit the case to the arbitrage office. I don't see why we need additional enforcement since we have the magical pact already. I see. Following that line of thought, there won't be any forbidden arts. I believe that banning things begets temptation. It's better to share knowledge and educate witches about its implications. Then about mortal affairs, I believe we should cut all ties with mortals. This may seem radical, but I believe we are way too privileged to dare temper with human lives. I say leave them be. We have a whole universe to toy with. As for witch duties, instead of asphyxiating quarterly controls, I say we set a magical tax to pool resources for our coven. Any witch could go about her life however she wants, provided she shares a proportional part of the magic she draws from the cosmos. We'll use those resources to help newcomers or any sister in need, or to develop some ambitious communal project. That basically sums it up. Oh, there's a pressing matter too. We have to decide how to deal with Adina's corpse. We can either devour her or scatter her throughout the cosmos. Come again? Apparently there's a lot of magic stored inside the corpse of a witch. If we literally eat her, we will become more powerful. But if we free her magic, a lot of women will be able to ascend and become witches. We could almost double our numbers. I firmly believe we should share her magic with the universe. We may become more powerful should we devour her. But there's a special strength hidden in diversity. More points of views and the clash of new wills will make us grow in more interesting ways. That pretty much sums up my stance. So, are you with me? Honestly, I'm with it. That's the fucking fantastic, Fortuna. We can do this. Okay, cards. Am I going to win? Hold your horses, Dahlia. That question may be too heavy. Why? Jasmine is planning on running for office too. Fuck. Let's clear things up so we can save ourselves the pain of a campaign. If you want to solve this by shuffling a deck, you might as well meet with Jasmine and flip a coin. But none of that would do. Voters are going to need a campaign to be informed at the very least. Sure. We can still do the theater if necessary, but I'd rather know who's going to win already to dispel all the anxiety. I refuse. That would be unfair to Jasmine. Better think of a different question. Okay, I get it. What to ask? Oh, I know. Who are my enemies going to be? And what kind of dagger should I forge to face these trying times? Well, playing hardball, are we? The future of the Coven is on the line. Let's pull out the artillery. Understood. Focus on your warrior spirit while I shuffle the cards. I mean, obviously this is a good one to put in the enemies. It's all about rivalry. A powerful behemoth will stand in your way. An arbiter is going to be on your tail, scrutinizing every move you make. Patrice, my sister, will make a strong case against you becoming the next leader. Jasmine will pose the biggest threat to your campaign. I don't want to make us not friends. But I feel like, honestly, that's probably the most accurate one. Yeah, she's running for leader too. Thanks a lot, Captain Obvious. Well, take this reading as don't underestimate Jasmine. I'd never. Jasmine is a formidable opponent. But sure, I'll keep it in mind. I'll step up my game. Good. All right, and the dagger. Ooh, these are a little... cunning. Smith is a blade to discern lies. Presence. Make yourself a dagger that inspires respect. Let's do presence. That's it. Great idea, Fortuna. I'd say you're intimidating enough as you are. I don't know if this is gonna be overkill. Shut up. I'm not intimidating. I'm just intense. That's a bit of an understatement, but you do you, witch. Will do. Thank you, Fortuna. What's the matter? Not to undermine your craft, but I doubt a dagger will suffice against Jasmine. She promises to be a formidable opponent. What do you say we draw an extra card to explore what measures to take given this predicament? Absolutely. Lay it on me. All right, here we go. Ooh, all right. What do we got? Make a demonstration of power before the Coven. Extend an official duel challenge. Now, rally the youngest witches against your opponent. You will be powerless against such a rival. I think maybe a demonstration of power. Because I get one of each. Whoa, Fortuna, are you telling me to fight Jasmine? I'm sorry, that might not be a good idea. What are you saying? It's a terrific idea. I mean, it doesn't need to be a fight to death or anything like that. Just some healthy competition, keeping sportsmanship in mind. I always wanted to cross swords or flowers or whatever against her, but she wouldn't even agree to spar. This is a perfect opportunity to make my wish come true. Well, you go and enjoy it then. Yes, thank you, Fortuna. And that's a wrap. Ooh, we have another one. I hope this was useful to you. Well, I'd have preferred to cut to the chase and see who's going to win. But this'll have to do. Thanks a lot for taking the time. My pleasure. Before I leave, I wanted to ask you for another favor. What's up? Another friend of yours summon a behemoth? No, silly. One of the things that matters to me the most is how we deal with Adina's corpse. I believe it is extremely important that we open the gates for more women to become witches. And because of that, I'd love it if you met with our most recent addition to the community. She's so new she doesn't even have a name yet. Please, let her come to see you. You can help her find her way. And you'll get to see how diversity will make our coven richer too. It'll be my pleasure. Tell her to come whenever she's ready. Thank you so much. I'll be going now. I need to start putting a team together to deal with the campaign. See you. Bye, Dahlia. Dear Fortuna, are you all right? I have some difficult news to share with you. Let me know when I can come and visit. Love, Jasmine. Hello, Fortuna. come with terrible news. I don't know how to say it. Adina's dead. You knew already? I just met with Adina's corpse. Is that true? What did she want? She was dealing with loose ends. Did she lift your sentence? I wish. She was only trying to justify herself to leave this universe in peace, I guess. Poor Adina. My exile is now in the hands of whoever gets to rule next. About that. The first order of business is to decide how to deal with Adina's corpse. Yeah, Dahlia was here a couple minutes ago and she brought me up to speed. Ah, good. So basically we have to decide whether to be fewer but stronger or weaker but more diverse. What's your stance on this? I believe we should devour her. Changing government and all. I believe it's just not the best time to receive that many new trainees. There's already enough turmoil in having to establish a new direction. We need to be stronger than ever for the sake of our sisters. I see. And speaking of that, I'm running for the leader. Yeah, so I heard. Girl, you are well informed for being isolated on this asteroid. What can I say? Anyway, I thought the Coven used some tender loving care after Adina. Will you help me with your divination, Fortuna? Can I count on you for your support? Tell me about your program first. Can I do both of them? But of course, sorry. I mean, can you support more than one person? I don't see why not. Right. Now, there are 5 pillars in the rules of our coven. I know. Judgment, law enforcement, forbidden arts, mortal affairs, and witch duties. Let's see what you have to say. Judgment, yes, I know. Judgment is about how we deal with conflicts within the coven. How we determine who's at fault and such. It's also the executive branch tackling where the coven is going and how to deal with major events. Right now we have runic judgment. Basically, it was Adina consulting with the gods. I believe we shouldn't leave witch law in the hands of exogenous forces. My proposal is that the judgment should be in the hands of our oldest 4 members of the coven in agreement with the leader. So any judgment should come by quorum of the 5 wisest witches. Then there's law enforcement. Right now, witches who put the coven in jeopardy are sent to exile for a variable amount of time depending on the severity of their actions. And it's truly horrible. My proposal here is that witches accumulate warnings depending on the severity of their transgressions. And eventually, should they fail to change their behavior, they will be expelled from the coven. No witch should endure what you're going through, Fortuna. Letting witches go find a new coven that's a better fit is a more humane solution in my opinion. Damn it, I like her options too. Then there's the forbidden arts. She's gonna hate it. That's how we deal with hazardous magic and knowledge such as summoning behemoths, necromancy, and so on. Right now, when the coven determines something could put our community at risk, we ban it. And I believe it should stay that way, so no changes on that front for my part. Next point, mortal affairs. That's how we deal with humans and other lesser beings. Adina determined that mortals should be exploited and manipulated for witches' convenience. I don't like that at all. I don't believe any soul to be a lesser being to begin with. I believe we have the responsibility to protect and guide mortal societies. We have the power to better their lives, so we must do so. And last but not least, there are the witches' duties. That defines what members' obligations to the coven are. Right now, we have the infamous quarterly controls, and should a witch fail to deliver, they'll eventually lose their membership. I propose a policy of zero vigilance, to trust that a member of our coven will always strive to better our community. Contributions should be at every witch's own pace and discretion. Oh, there's also the issue regarding what to do with Adina's corpse. I say we should devour her and become stronger. That basically sums it up. What do you think? I think I should run and take both of your ideas and put them together. Can I count on your support? I will help. I'm going to help both. I don't care. We'll see how this pans out. Of course I'll help you. Yay. Thank you, Fortuna. I already feel more confident with you on my side. I'll be helping Dahlia too, though. Oh, shouldn't you be supporting just one cause? There's going to be many conflicts of interest here. I believe either of you would make an excellent leader. I don't see a problem in offering counsel to the both of you. Okay. But for now, who has your vote? I still don't know. Of course, this isn't an easy matter. Well, I'll do my best during the campaign to win you over. That's the spirit. So what now? Okay, first order of business is to assess the risks and opportunities ahead of me. I was hoping to consult with your deck. Absolutely. Let's put these cards to good use. Let's see. Risks and opportunities it is. That's right. Meditate on your strong points and ponder what could go wrong while I shuffle the cards. All right. Let's put that here. The oldest witches will help you influence many of the newcomers. Oh, that's the only option. Can I move it? I can't. Oh, shoot. Oh, that's great news. Having the youngest behind me is good. But it puts my mind at ease knowing I'll have the support of the wisest witches in our clan. If I become leader, I want to create a board of advisors. There's no better wisdom than experience. I'm happy for you. Congratulations. Thank you. I'm really looking forward to this race. Best of luck. Unearthed Magnolia. All right. There won't be any major difficulties in your path. During the most trying of times, you will lose faith in yourself and your leadership will suffer for it. I think that's probably a really good one to keep in mind. Why does that not surprise me? That is my biggest concern, to be honest. A political race promises to be tough, to say the least. I don't know if I'm strong enough to survive this, Fortuna. Why did I have to put myself through this? Well, the campaign hasn't even started. You don't have to expose yourself to it. Why don't you let any of your other sisters take the wheel? No. I just can't let this whole thing go. I know deep in my heart that I can do a lot of good for this coven. And that's what's important. There's your answer then. You'll be just fine, even if you have to endure some rough patches. You're right. I must stay determined. And I hope you'll be there whenever I need to be picked up. Always. Thank you, Fortuna. Stay strong, Jasmine. All right. Alea Yachtest. Indeed. Predictions aside, there's a difficult race ahead, that's for sure. Thanks a lot for your counsel, my friend. You just let me know if I can help in any other way. Will do. By the way, there's someone I would like you to meet. Junrisha, the mathematician witch. She also believes she would devour Adina. We should devour Adina and become stronger. Junrisha is the oldest and wisest witch in our clan after Adina. She can make a strong case for why we should absorb our former leader's corpse. It would mean a lot to me if you heard what she has to say. Sure. Tell her to pay me a visit. Okay, I should be leaving now. There are a lot of people I need to meet to get my campaign in motion. Take care. Do your best. Ah, the fresh smell of political turmoil. Rejoice, Fortuna. This is the perfect scenario to, quite literally, play our cards. Things could get messy from this point on, yeah. How do you feel about politics? I'd rather keep politics out of my games. Oh. My analysis so far didn't indicate you were so dumb. What was that? I'm kidding. In any case, you can't take politics out of anything done by humans, my friend. Politics are a characteristic of human action. Everything that has a purpose bears intention. And intention is political. How you represent stuff, how it's going to affect your peers, what elements of your culture you imbue in your work and words. You can choose to ignore it, but you can't remove it from the human experience. All right. What are your plans for these elections, then? Don't you feel that playing both sides, it's a bit sleazy? I couldn't bring myself to let either of them down. And what about your own beliefs? You don't care what direction the coven takes? I do, but I also trust them. If something doesn't sit right with me, I'll try to change their minds. If we can't get to an agreement, I'll always be able to speak through my vote. Can't vote for both of them after all. Right. You'll form a better picture for who to vote for if you gather information from both sides anyway. By the way, I'm curious about one thing. Why didn't you tell any of your friends about the true nature of your divination? You know, the little detail about being a writer and not a reader? I'm scared. I'm scared about how they would react. But I'm also afraid of myself. I'm still figuring out what this rediscovered power means and what to do about it. I don't feel any different. But the pressure is immeasurable. I see. I am afraid too. But I'm here with you. I can help you get through this, Fortuna. Whoa, are you so afraid that you're desperate to get on my good side? You wish, witch. Jokes aside, I already told you that this is the first time I've ever encountered throughout my many existences something that truly terrifies me. But I'm starting to enjoy that feeling. It makes me feel alive. I wouldn't mind partaking in that thrill. Why don't you write yourself some courage? Okay, I'll draw myself one card. Wait. I was just pulling your leg. This is too risky. What if you draw a card ripe with fire magic and you end up in a bad place? A seer shouldn't be scared of their deck. I'll do it. Aren't you afraid of the consequences? Of course. But if I let fear dictate my actions, I would never have summoned you to begin with. You may be right. What exactly are you planning to ask anyway? It's more of a request than a question. I want to demand that the deck submit to my will. It's not likely I'll ever stop using it, so I'd better tame it. You sure are something else. Let's see how this gamble of yours plays out. Wow. I don't have that. The cosmic wheel spins forever. Between the folds of existence it holds inside its clockworks every piece of reality that is yet to be defined. Means everything. Where did I get this card from? The cosmic wheel has decided to manifest as a card. Oh, and will allow me to envision every possible past or future. Wow. You summoned the fucking cosmic wheel out of sheer willpower? I think I'm in love. Oh, shut up. Well, how does it work? This card will be in my deck from now on. If I draw it, it'll allow me to access every possible outcome of a question. You didn't fully remove the element of chance then. That'd make divination pretty dull, right? What a lame thrill seeker you are. You're right. Congratulations. You never cease to amaze me. Glad to see you're having fun. Speaking of fun, looks like you've got mail. Oh? Oh, it's from Dahlia. Oh, I have more mail. Ooh, what's this? Oh, for the attention of Witch Fortuna, our colleague Jasmine asked me to meet with you to explain the advantages of devouring Adina and becoming stronger as a group. This is an important matter, so let me know when I can visit at your earliest convenience. Faithfully, Junrisha. What else do we have? Hey Fortuna, I'd like to visit you and thank you properly for helping me with that delicate issue. Your friend, Greth. Yo, Fortuna, the newcomer I told you about is ready to meet you. She doesn't even have a familiar yet, so I'm contacting you on her behalf. Say the word, and I'll bring her to your place. Dahlia. Let's see Greth first. Hello, beautiful. Hi, Greth. How are you? Better than ever, thanks to you. And I'm not just talking about the behemoth. Eh? Listen, I wanted to thank you for helping me. Here. Ooh. Oh, the Gethry. Oh, it's the behemoth. Terrors often roam the cosmos, unable to harm anyone until someone lets them in, and they become the fears of the whole sisterhood. You craft your own cards, right? I managed to capture my behemoth's essence inside a super arcana. Hope it's useful to you. This is fantastic, Greth. Thank you so much. Glad to hear you like it. I thought with the upcoming elections, your hands are going to be pretty full attending to many witches. I hope this helps. You're right. We're all about to get into a fine mess. Heard a friend Dahlia is running for leader. That's right. Are you planning on supporting her with your cards? Absolutely. My new deck is definitely going to be an asset during these elections. I couldn't think of a better counselor. I'm looking forward to seeing you and Dahlia win this race. This coven is due for some major change. We've had enough conservative leaders. I'll do my best. What do you think about the whole mess of eating or freeing Adina's corpse? I say we scatter her and welcome more witches. Being more powerful sounds nice and all, but we'll become more powerful as a coven anyway if we welcome more members. Jasmine won't be happy to hear that. I myself haven't decided yet. Both options are too interesting. I'll let the contestants do their work and present solid arguments toward their stances. Then I'll see. That's a wise plan. Anyway, I should be going now. I feel the urge to start reading some political treaties. Do you think studying politics will get me closer to understanding the meaning of life? I don't know. Who does? Well, I'll be leaving now. See you soon. Bye-bye. She could have asked the cards that question, though. Okay, next will be Jerisha. Cool. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you for having me. I'm not used to dealing with young witches. So, first of all, excuse me if I say something too blunt or out of place. Don't worry, that introduction was polite enough. Good. You need to vote for Jasmine. I don't care for her program, really. It is just imperative that we eat Adina's corpse. Whoa, I thought you came by to do some convincing, not just to order me around. We are inches away from unlocking a new whole dimension of understanding. There will always be time to open the gates to more witches. Who knows? It is possible that if we ascend higher, we can directly grant illumination to anyone. That'd be very convenient, huh? I can expose some pretty solid arguments if I may. Be my guest. Do you mind if I summon a Fate-Mancer's disc to calculate the chances that our interests will align? I know your disc's secrets. And what that may be. Your invention is pretty convenient for any witch facing some kind of critical situation. What they don't know is that the disc is also recording everything, collecting information from you. That is true indeed. How did you learn about it? My third eye isn't just for looking. I believe you to be the first person to know. Please don't disclose it to the rest of the coven, or you will deprive them of an essential tool. How about we make the disc stop stealing information? That I won't do. To collect intel on witches' dire situations is in fact its main purpose. Don't you have any sense of ethics? Ethics lose all meaning when you spend a decade trapped inside dungeons of the Inquisition. I need to gather as much information as possible for the betterment of my holistic formula. I won't disclose any secrets, if that is what you were worried about. Still, the mere knowledge of your peers' issues is a clear violation. That's irrelevant. Those are the ethics of the privileged. When you are faced with death, when you become a survivor, it's all about the results. How about you summon a Minister of Secrets at least, so you can't possibly disclose any sensitive information? I don't see it as necessary, but I will if that keeps you from sabotaging my project. It'll make me feel better, yeah. Understood. Do you mind if I summon a Fate-Mancer's disc anyways? Fine. Sure, go ahead. Good. The first thing I want to use to demonstrate the advantages of harnessing power is a present. I learned that you craft your own cards using arcana. With enough power, you could create your own card and not be limited to the ones found in a grimoire. Here. The penitent one. A lone survivor of the Brotherhood of the Silent Sorrow, so named because those in the congregation took a vow of silence as a form of penance. While I was at the mercy of the Inquisition, I met a penitent pilgrim. He didn't say anything, but he left a lasting impression on me. Using my holistic formula, I captured his essence in the form of a super arcana for you to use in your divination. Think about the possibilities if you were able to etch any element of the cosmos that marked you into a card. Is that enough of a reason to keep more witches from ascending? feels too egotistical. I'm aware that for someone as intelligent as you, flattery won't be enough to make up your mind. So next, allow me to make a demonstration of power. Oh, thrilling. What do you have in mind? Thanks to my understanding of the holistic formula, I made myself immune to fate. Sorry, I laughed. It sounds way too ludicrous. Then go ahead, read my fortune. Throw me your meanest card. It'll be my pleasure. But wait, my formula may damage your deck in the process. Are you sure you still want to go through it? Ooh, I'm loving the knowledge I'm getting. You're planning to dispel my card, aren't you? How did you... Is there a way to get a hold of one of those magnificent third eye of yours? Would you like me to help you find one through my divination? That sounds tempting, but as I told you, I'm immune to the arts of fate. Not much of a perk right now, huh? It's all right. I have my own ways. Even at the cost of a card, do you still want me to demonstrate? I believe it'll be a very valuable lesson. Sure. Let's learn our lesson. Do your worst. I'm not scared. Very well. Draw a card. Do I get to pick the card? I still need you to ask a question of sorts to effectively draw a card. And who knows, maybe you'll be surprised. I won't. But I'll play along. Is there a way for you to effectively access my fate? So you're basically challenging me, huh? I'm offering us both growth. Here we go. Cursed knowledge. You're going to destroy this card. Shit, so there's no way around it. I'm afraid not. Could you just not destroy it? Lesson learned? That would be paradoxical. But if you dispel it, you are effectively following fate. That is true. We can call it a draw if you like. But I'm going to dispel this card. No, you haven't just dispelled the card. You obliterated a lot of time I invested in its arts. Don't worry, the arcana and the energy you spent on it went back to your grimoire. Now they can become something new. That's the beauty of entropy. I could see the beauty of it, yes. That pleases me. Most young witches have too much animosity towards entropy. It is only after embracing entropy that we can fully access growth and regeneration. It can still be a pain in the ass, though. That duality is what makes it the most beautiful thing. I have one more gift. I'd love for you to explore the blessing of entropy. This is a special dark matter serum distilled using the holistic formula. Add it to your cauldron and it will allow you to dispel cards. That way you will be able to recover the arcana and energy you used and create greater room for experimentation and thus growth. Oh, that is interesting. I'll treasure it. Don't. Just use it. I know. Entropy was a figure of speech. Words aren't excluded from the power of entropy. Keep that in mind. Understood. Thank you. So, are you more prone to devour Adina and embrace her gifts? It still doesn't outweigh welcoming new sisters. Shame. Jasmine will be disappointed. But I'll give you time. You are still young. Experiment with entropy. Sure. I'll be leaving now. Wait. What about the Fate Mancer's disc? Did it work? Are we friends now? I don't do friends. Who knows? Only time will tell. So that's how it is, huh? Well, you let me know if you suddenly feel the urge to join forces. Likewise. Farewell, Fortuna. Quite a character, this Junrisha. She's a bit full of herself. I sympathize with her. She has the kind of look only a behemoth can recognize. What do you mean? Those eyes. You only get them when you manage to peek behind the curtain. They evoke a calm dread, if that makes any sense. I can picture myself getting there at some point if I keep delving into the mysteries of this deck. Maybe. Maybe not. You're too stubborn for that. Hey, I'm not that obstinate. If anything, I see you are acquiring the presence of a master. It requires a special kind of confidence to evoke that. Oh, thank you. Only idiots and erudites manage to get there, and I'm still on the fence about which one you are. Very funny. By the way, that dark matter serum is quite the asset. You think so? Of course. Your first cards bear the innocence of the student. That's very romantic and all. But as you develop your expertise, you can recraft those arcana in a more knowledgeable way. I suggest you try it out. Just add a drop to the cauldron over there and you'll get to dispel a card and recover the arcana and the energy you sealed into them. Maybe I'll give it a try. It's going to be tough to part ways with those nice pieces of art, though. Maybe. You won't be able to reduce your deck size below 4 cards anyways. You've grown too powerful for that. Your divination won't be able to withstand a reading with less than 4 cards at this point. The omnipotent paradox. More or less, yeah. I'll leave you to it. Let's check it out. Ooh, absolutely not. Let's try the Elder Magpie. Okay, let's go create a new card. Maybe we'll see if we can get a Super Arcana card. I feel different. Adina's eye is pulsing inside my skull. Oh, she put it there? I feel as if I could see beyond the pictorial representations of arcana. Maybe I could spend a little magic to peek behind the cosmic curtain. Oh, shoot. Oh, ancient eye of our former leader, allow me to pierce through the fabric of this magic. I desire to know more. Ah, air. Context, perception, conscious, coexistence. Interesting. Where are the big... Oh no, it's arcanas afterwards. Okay. I'm going to try a pleasant prairie to start. The arcanas, I don't remember which one is the super arcanas. I think it's these because they have so much. I think I'm going to do... let's try... Let's try this one. And then our symbol. There's no cat eyes. This is a very weird card. We're kind of just winging it now, but I think it'll be cool. What is this? Is it a pot? Oh, it's a pot that goes on his back. Is that what it's supposed to be? Like a pot on his back? I'll try that. Let's see, green eye here. Let's put you in the back. Green eye here. I'm not gonna give it hair. Oh, that's weird. We'll put you, let's flip you here, surrounded by vials. Do that. I kind of want to make some eyeballs in here, like some larger ones, just to... I know it's not the point, but I kind of like the idea. All right. And then... what are these? Like, is this supposed to be like blood or a blood ribbon? Oh, come back. Okay. What do we have? The Gardener. The prairie grants a space for meditation. Your sacrifice is exposed for all your family to judge. The will to kill your heart to save your kin. The glass doll and the snow cat's eyes are teeming with primal urges. Meanings: leadership, purpose, courage, justice, communication, peace, temptation, yearning, passion. Let's make one more card since we lost one. Let's try this one. I want this for the Arcana. With the astronaut's pith cloth. This is going to be a very powerful card, I feel. I also think it looks really cool. Let's see. I have no idea how this is supposed to look. Maybe a shorter eye. Yep. And then one on the other side, flipped with your cool little Cosmo cubes. Okay. Flame. And then just behind it will be the cape. Oh, we'll put this. We'll put that in front. With this. And I want more cubes. Perfect, I think. Honestly, I think that looks fun. Setophobia. The ever-boiling sea of tears grants access to the most profound emotions. Establish a dialogue with your intrusive thoughts, turning angst into fuel. The astronaut's pith cloth stimulates purpose and discovery. Meanings. Wow, there's a lot of meanings behind this. Introspection, determination, rightfulness, guide, discovery, courage, alliance, leadership, purpose, mercy, wellness, guardian, ego, authority. Okay, let's go up and see Dahlia. Oh, fuck me, I look like shit. I don't know why I even bothered to go shopping if I don't feel like eating. I guess my future self will thank me when I get stoned tonight. Today's my birthday. Should have got myself a cake or whatever. I'll put a candle on a hot dog or something. Will Denton release a new game soon? It's been way too long since Hotline Miami 3. Maybe I can start another run of Elden Ring too. I don't know why I even get up in the morning. Life doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't make any fucking sense. everyone else managed to not hate themselves. I wish I was brave enough to drop out of uni. I don't even like the computer science. God, I'd rather kill myself than go to work in an office. I'd rather not work at all. I wish there was a way to stop existing altogether. It's not enough that I have lived trapped in this body. I can't even leave the dome to escape everyone. I wish I was born before the dome era. Time for another super bacteria to come and sweep us all away again. I'm sure that, with my luck, I'd be among the survivors. I hope these idiots don't ask me to hang out today for my birthday. I don't feel like seeing anyone. Fuck. Forgot the toilet paper. Surprise! Come on, guys. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Dead name. Happy birthday to you. Ooh. Dead name? Happy birthday. Did we surprise you? Come on, make a wish. I wish. Don't say it out loud or it won't come true. Okay. In that case. Welcome. I'm Fortuna. Nice to meet you. What's your name? I don't know. Oh, that's fine. I guess you're still figuring things out. Yes. First, I need to come to terms with being in outer space and having become a witch? That's right. You're a witch now, girl. How do you know I'm a woman? Only women can become witches, so there's no doubt about it. Everyone seems to be clearer than me on everything. I haven't even had the chance to get out of the closet to myself, but everyone here keeps addressing me as a woman. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you rather have me switch back to masculine pronouns? Hell no. I'm sorry. I'm just angry it didn't all happen on my terms. Well, you have an eternity ahead of you to enjoy your true self. I guess I should be celebrating, but I can't still picture myself out of this ugly beard and hoodie. I believe I can help you with that if you'd like. What do you have in mind? Some kind of glow up? You'll be the one doing the transition. I'll just offer some guidance. It's not very different from what all of us witches had to go through. None of us ascended in these cool robes and hats. I'm an engineer. I wouldn't even know where to begin with designing an outfit. It'll all come to you. Trust me. Shall we perform a rite? I did it for my sister once. You can just relax. This is a pretty cool moment in a witch's life. I'm in your hands, whatever. First of all, I'm going to summon a Fatemancer's disc to check on the chances of success for the ritual. Chances of success? Does this mean I can fail? Not really. It'll just mean you'll take more time to figure out your witch identity. But it'll come to you in time. Great. Just try to enjoy it. Sure. What do I have to do? There are many ways to go about this. My favorite one is by making some tea. I'm going to interview you to try and find some elements that are fundamental to your essence. Then we'll pour them into this teapot and brew a cathartic infusion. This sounds so surreal. But sure, I'm game. It can be pretty delicious. A good friend of mine taught me this method, and now I wouldn't go about it any other way. I'm kind of envious, since this is something a witch can only taste before transitioning. Are you ready? Of course, interview the shit out of me. Question. What would your ideal aesthetic be? Ugh, I don't have a single clue. Definitely not this. Use your instincts. Pour out any keywords that may come to mind. I don't know. What could be the opposite of this? I'm too embarrassed to say anything out loud, to be honest. I'm not comfortable speaking so openly about how I'd like to look. Take your time. Something flashy? Sexy? Shit. What am I saying? I feel like any look would be too big for me to fill. I want to feel good about myself, but I also don't want to overdo it. A witch isn't capable of overdoing her looks. You met Dahlia, right? Fuck yes. But she is one hell of a woman. You're a hell of a woman, too. I don't feel so ready to own that. Okay. How about something empowering? I'd love that. Do you really think I could pull it off? I don't have any doubt. Okay, let's go with empowering then. Cool. Question. Tell me about yourself. What to say about myself? What do you like to do? A bit of your background, whatever you think is essential to your being. When I was about 10 years old, I saw a boar trample a friend to death during a school trip. Oh my. That is oddly specific. It's the first thing that came to mind when I find myself thinking about it way too often whenever my mind's idle. Of course, let it flow. I like electronic music, video games, spicy food, Western movies, and gardening. Oh, gardening can be a great asset for a witch. Well, I mostly grew marijuana and chili peppers. Is there pot in space? There is everything in the universe. But recreationally speaking, there's way better stuff you can get a hold of now, being a witch and all. Nice. I could do with some of that. Sure, I'll set you up with a witch friend of mine. Did you do anything creative? Not really. Maybe cooking? I love cooking, but too often I find myself too depressed to cook anything at all. Well, you have all the time in the world now. Sure. So, did you find anything useful? Let's add some electronic music. Why that out of everything? Music has some mythical properties to it that allow us to connect with what we can't verbalize. It's a magic language in its own right. Cool. Let's continue. Question. What would you dream of doing as a witch? I don't know. What does a witch typically do? Eat children and curse towns? No. Well, not typically. You can do whatever you want. Some of us take care of magical gardens. Some others craft daggers. Some others organize cosmic orgies. Myself, I dabble in divination. I don't know. I just want to have fun. Make some true friendships, visit different places. I felt trapped for too long in my apartment. I want to be free. You can do all that outside your occupation. Any crafts you may be interested in? I don't know. I was preparing myself to become a computer engineer. I also enjoy growing stuff, so making potions? Or maybe an explorer, an excuse to visit lots of cool places. I see. What to add as your vocation? Picture you as a traveling merchant witch. The traveling part sounds fun, but I don't know if I have the charisma to become a merchant. You do. We witches all have charisma. I'd say one can't ascend without the necessary charisma. Comes with the package. Once you find your true self, I'm sure you'll be radiant. I hope so. All right, I think I can picture myself roaming the cosmos with my wares. Nice. I have enough. Let's pour you a cup. The odds on that disc of yours aren't as high as I'd like them to be. They're good enough. Fill the rest with your willpower. You can do this. All right, let's drink this. Cheers. Oh my goodness. You look amazing. Do I? The Peppermancer? I love it. Yes, you are stunning. Can't wait to get in front of a mirror, but I feel stunning myself. Yes, I feel weightless. This is amazing, Fortuna. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Congratulations. How can I ever repay you? You just become the best witch you can be. Enjoy it. You can count on it. Can you feel it now? You're calling? Yes. I am the Peppermancer. That is so cool. What are your powers about? I don't know yet. Something spicy, that's for sure. I need to find a fitting name for this persona. And I need to figure out what I'm going to do from now on. So many questions. I feel anxious and excited. I can help you out with that. My specialty is helping witches dealing with questions using my deck. Oh, Dahlia told me about that. I was kind of bummed when you decided to brew some tea instead of letting me see your deck. So, yes, please. I'd love to see your cards in action. It'll be my pleasure. I propose we look into what role you'll play in the coven. so you can form a better picture of where to direct your training. Yeah, that's cool. Also, what do you say we look into the future to see what you'll call yourself so you can start using your name right away? Yes, please. I can't go by Untitled Witch Project forever. Nice. Anything else you want to ask while we're at it? I'm fine with just that. Let's leave some room for discovery. Very well. Now focus on these questions while I shuffle my deck. That's a good start. The Unearthed Magnolia. Let's do that with the roll. Your talents will grow exponentially in a very short amount of time, and you will even get to surpass some of the oldest witches. I like this idea. I want them to surpass old witches. We need new people. All right. Straight to the top. What's the matter? That's good, isn't it? Yes, of course it's good. But I'm a bit worried about how some witches will react toward your meteoric ascension. Why is that? Jealousy is a widespread disease among witches. Some of us will be extremely happy to see you thrive. But I can picture a great number of witches getting salty about it. Whatever. Haters gonna hate. The thing is that in a community as intimate as ours, the hate from our haters can become a considerable nuisance. If this is something I should be worried about, can't we look at it with another card? Absolutely. We'll look into how the Coven is going to react. Nice. Thank you. Oh. Let's put that here for the reaction. Your rapid ascension will harvest much resentment from the weak and the sour. Your unparalleled potential will earn you the utmost respect from the Coven. I like this. I deserve that. Yes! Dear Coven, get ready for some high-level peppermancy. Happy to see you all fired up. This is great news for you and for the Coven. I won't let you down. Thank you so much. I hope this means that maybe people will be more open to bringing in more new people. And then the buried memories for a name. You are Nova the Peppermancer, Violet the Peppermancer, Kea the Peppermancer. I like Kea. Wait, what are the others? Yeah. Whoa. Kea. Sounds so alien to me. It feels like stealing a name from the identity database or something. But I like it a lot. I'll do my best to live up to this name. Thank you so much, Fortuna. You are very welcome, Kea. That's a wrap. How did you like my divination? Super cool. You've got a great talent. Although I'm not sure if I'll resort to it again anytime soon. There's something dreadful in becoming aware of fate's existence and knowing you can't escape it. Not that you're to blame, don't get me wrong. Yes, you can cause that effect. It can cause that effect. I'm sure I'd lose it if I had talent like yours. So tempting and so scary at the same time. I'll stick to the peppermancy. It can be maddening at times, yes. What are you planning to do now? Dahlia wanted to introduce me to more people, and now I feel ready for it, thanks to you. Happy to hear that. Please come and visit me anytime. I will. Goodbye. Oh my god, they flew away as a pepper, on like a fiery, spicy pepper. I love it. That's so cute.